Arrested. Blacklisted. Uninsurable. Hollywood said he'd never work again. 2008. He walks into an audition and says, "I am Iron Man." Makes $225 million. Steve Jobs, fired from Apple. Michael Jordan, retired in tears. J.K. Rowling, canceled by millions. They all used the exact same pattern. This is the comeback code.
Welcome to Prodigy in Motion.
(1996). Robert Downey Jr. was the most promising actor of his generation. Critics called him the next Brando. Then came the arrests, the addiction, the courtroom appearances. He was found unconscious in a neighbor's home, arrested with heroin, cocaine, and a .357 Magnum. Hollywood blacklisted him. Insurance companies refused to cover him. He was unemployable. Most actors would disappear. He went to rehab, got clean, started small. Then, in 2008, Marvel took a gamble. They needed someone to play a genius billionaire with a dark past. Robert Downey Jr. landed the role of Tony Stark after an intense audition. But the iconic line, "I am Iron Man," was improvised on set. That moment defined the character and launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He didn't just rebuild his career, he reinvented it. He used his past, the chaos, the scars, the addiction as character fuel. Iron Man made $585 million worldwide. He became the highest paid actor in Hollywood, $225 million from Marvel alone. After Iron Man's massive global success, Robert Downey Jr. took control of his legacy, not just in Hollywood, but in his personal life. He finally earned respect and financial security after years of public struggle. That's not just a comeback, that's a resurrection. Pause for a second. Would you choose to fight against the odds? Comment yes or no. Because every comeback starts with a choice most people won't make. 1985. Steve Jobs was 30 years old. He had just been fired from Apple, the company he created in his parents' garage. His own board of directors voted him out. They said he was too arrogant, too unpredictable, too difficult to work with. Most founders would vanish. Jobs didn't. He started a tiny computer company called Next. It failed. He also bought a small animation studio for $10 million. It was called Pixar. Pixar nearly bankrupted him. He poured $50 million of his own money into it. Everyone said he was wasting his fortune. Then, in 1995, Pixar released Toy Story. It made $373 million. Pixar went public. Jobs became a billionaire again. But that wasn't the comeback. That was the setup. In 1997, Apple was dying. They were 90 days from bankruptcy. They called Steve Jobs and begged him to come back. He returned, but he wasn't the same man. He had been humbled, refined, rewired. He killed 70% of Apple's products, focused on 4. Then came the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. Apple became the most valuable company on Earth, worth over $2 trillion today. The technology that powered the iMac came from Next, the failed company. The creative vision came from Pixar. His 12-year exile wasn't a detour. It was preparation. Quick question, which comeback hits harder? Robert Downey Jr. or Steve Jobs? Drop a name in the comments, because we're not done yet. 1993. Michael Jordan was at the peak of his career. 3 NBA championships, Olympic gold, a global icon. Then, his father was murdered, shot in his car on the side of a highway.
The man convicted of killing the father of NBA superstar Michael Jordan says he's innocent. James Jordan died in 1993. Andre Green and his friend Larry Demery were both charged with murder. Demery testified Green pulled the trigger, killing Jordan in the car where he'd been sleeping.
Jordan retired. He said basketball didn't matter anymore. He tried baseball instead. He struggled, hitting .202 in the minors. The media mocked him. Everyone said, he's done. The legend is over. March 18, 1995, a fax arrived at every major sports network. 2 words, I'm back. He was 32 years old, older, slower. Everyone expected him to be average. He won 3 more championships, 6 total, became the greatest of all time. Because obsession doesn't vanish, it just waits. And when it returns, it's unstoppable.
J.K. Rowling became a billionaire writing stories about wizards. Harry Potter made her the richest author in history. J.K. Rowling reached billionaire status through Harry Potter, but over the years of philanthropy, her net worth fell below that figure by choice, not misfortune. Later, as controversies arose, she didn't retreat. Instead, she reinvented herself, writing crime novels under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith and finding freedom in the craft beyond fame. Her comeback wasn't about fame, it was about freedom. Would you still create if no one was watching? That's the question every true artist must answer.
The pattern is clear. Acceptance before action. They face reality, not resist it. Reinvention over repetition. They don't try to go back, they build forward. Fuel from failure. Pain becomes raw, creative energy. Obsession returns. When purpose reignites, results follow. That's the comeback code. Not about luck, but about leverage. The underdog code is how you rise from nothing. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you watch the video showing on the top right. The comeback code is how you rise again after losing everything. But there's one more layer, because even legends fade unless they master something deeper. That final layer is the legacy code, how to build something that outlives you. That's the next video coming soon. Hit subscribe right now to watch it. And tell me, who's missing from this list? Comment below on the comeback story I need to cover next, because your comeback story might be next.